107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
It's a pleasure and honor to welcome of Epic Records, Mr. L.A. Reid.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for coming by. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm
really
honored that you are stopping by tonight, and it couldn't have happened at a better time because this is the beginning of Black History Month.
That's right.
You have a hot new book that was just released, and we're going to get a chance to kind of learn a little bit more about your life. Because everyone has heard your name, seen your name, but really haven't had a chance to get to know who L.A. Reid really is.
Yes, that's because I can't sing.
Well, you know what? We've learned over the years, though, brother, that some of the most outstanding achievements in the music business wasn't only those who sing, but those who support and embrace the industry.
Yeah, but I'm really happy to be here, though. I love your show. Like, I really love it. I just love the tone of it.
Well, L.A., I try to keep it grown and sexy.
Put you in the mood, boy.
Well, yeah. Well, I know you have long days, and I know by the time you get home to your wife, Erica, you want to have the right frame of mind, and we like to think that the Quiet Storm aids a little bit along your journey home, so that way you can have a wonderful, relaxing evening.
Yeah, I think I need to incorporate a little more Quiet Storm into my life. I think Erica would agree.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, don't read into that. Leave that alone.
Okay. We just finished doing a double play of love from one of the groups, the iconic group that you obviously, drew your legs on, and that's the deal. We just had a double play with Sweet November and, of course, Two Occasions. Wow. Now this brother, for those of you who may not know, was the drummer. So when I said we're going to have to give the drummer something tonight, I meant that wholeheartedly, and that just so happens to be one of your chapters in your book, Sing to Me.
Yes, that's exactly right. I still play sometimes. I'm not as good as I was when I was a kid, but drums were my first love of music.
Wow.
Was the beat, thanks to James Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is anybody in your family, though?
Yes,
musician?
I have. Yeah, my uncle Albert, my late Uncle Albert, was a drummer and an inspiration to me. And we actually had a cousin also named Raymond who was a drummer. So it is in the sort of the fabric of our family.
Now, I know prior to you hooking up with Babyface and the deal, there were some members that came from his previous group called Manchild.
Babyface was in Manchild.
Yeah. Were you delving in that too at some point?
No, I wasn't involved in Manchild. At that time, I had a band called Pure Essence, and Kenny had a band. He was in the band Manchild, but we all met up in Indianapolis. Indianapolis was like the birthplace of Midwest talent, at least for us, between Indianapolis and like Ohio, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, it's a lot of music, a lot of musicians,
There was no question in your mind that music was definitely going to be your forte, because you started playing drums at what age?
Oh, I don't remember, but I must have started around 7, 8 years old. But yeah, there was never a question in my mind about my love for music and that it would be my career.
You for a short period, you were a judge on X Factor, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Yes.
How challenging was that, and what made you want to do that?
It was fun. And I'm really appreciative. It was Simon Cowell's show, and I was a guest on the show. And it was fun in the first season. It was a really different way of discovering talent.
Yeah.
And what I really loved was just the idea of discovering talent. What I didn't know is that it was like 50 auditions each day. And, I was used to like one or two per week.
Right.
But 50 in a day, and then having to tell each one of them what you thought about their performance or their audition was challenging. It was taxing. I was like, wait, I need some more words. What can I say? I can't say the same thing I said last time.
Right, I got you.
So it was a word search, and just that being on camera was a challenge.
The audition is the hardest thing for most musicians and most artists, and that is also a chapter in the book. What would you say to those who are aspiring to get in this game, this wonderful industry called music, when they go out for that audition?
You know what I found is in modern music and artistry, many artists aren't really prepared to audition because you can make music at home. You can use GarageBand on your Mac, and you can make music and you can make songs, and so people know how to get a sound, but they actually don't think about auditions. So I've had many people say, no, I don't want to audition. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to audition?
Yeah.
Because my tape speaks for itself, my music speaks for itself. And I'm saying, well, actually, it doesn't. You know, and if you don't want to audition, then fine. You don't have to. You know, I can't make you do it. But, you know, listen, Al Pacino auditioned to be in The Godfather. Right?
So who better?
So, right?
You got to compare yourself to that.
Yeah, so, you know, it's something. But I think people should always prepare themselves. Artists, and not only artists, just people should always prepare themselves for the room that they may walk in. If you're looking to grow, then you have to be prepared to do the homework to grow. So there's nothing that should be beneath you when it comes to you proving that you're qualified. You know, being qualified means proving that you're qualified. And if you don't want to prove you're qualified, then maybe you don't get that job.
Hey, look, he's going to drop some gems throughout the course of the Quiet Storm tonight, so be ready for the truth at the end of the day. This book, Sing to Me, everyone wants to be serenaded, and obviously we as men, we enjoy being serenaded as well. What kind of feeling do you look for? What attracts you to a singer?
You know, when someone auditions for me and it's really good, but I just don't quite get excited, and I find a hard time saying yes, and I get stuck in that long no. What I'm learning is that should be a quick no, because I don't have the excitement. So I'm looking for excitement. I'm looking for my blood to rush. I'm looking for, you know, just chill bumps.
Magic.
I'm looking for magic every time. Can't get it every time.
And it should be instantaneously.
It generally is instantaneous, the ones who really have it. And that's really what I look for, you know. And I think the last time it happened, somebody asked me earlier, when was the last time you saw an amazing audition? And I couldn't remember, but I remember now. It was Janelle Monáe.
Wow.
And her music collection, Wonderland, her label. I went to the studio and I watched Jadena, right, the classic man, and I was completely blown away. And it was everything. I mean, this guy was ready. He had the song. He had the performance. He was dressed in the part.
Yep.
He was an elegant man.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, there it is. There's somebody who did his homework.
He stands out.
It stood out. I had chill bumps, and you know, so I look for that. I just look for that moment every time.
Well, hopefully before LA gets out here tonight, we can find out who might be the next one. I'm going to try to squeeze that out of him. Let's go into another one of your favorite songs from the illustrious list of artists that you have brought to the table.
Okay, we still doing slow jams?
Slow jams, baby.
Slow jams.
It's the Quiet Storm.
Okay, Babyface, As Soon As I Get Home.
That speaks for itself. L.A. Reid with us tonight on the Quiet Storm. L.A. Reid with us tonight, baby, and that's another one of his favorites, Bobby Brown. What can you say about Bobby Brown, baby?
Oh, my God, Bobby Brown. And he has a few of them, and when we think of Bobby, we think of him as he's a dancer.
Yeah.
You know, he was kind of one of the first, if not the first, that was a hybrid of hip-hop and R&B, right? Singing, rapping, bad boy energy, the edge. Bobby was first. But what I love was My Heart Belongs to a Roni and I Want to Rock With You, right? And all of the sexy records, you know, that Bobby did. But he's one of the greats. And I also want to say that you know, Bobby has taken some blows through the years, right?
Yeah, yes.
And none of us have been shy about having an opinion about Bobby. But my heart goes out to Bobby because first of all, I love him, always have. He lost his daughter. He lost his wife, the love of his life. And while we, the public, spent 20 years beating up on him, the truth is that maybe we should have put our arms around him because he's a good brother.
Yes.
And he suffered a loss that you wouldn't wish on, you know, anyone. So Bobby Brown, that's my man. And Every Little Step, you know, My Heart Belongs to a Roni, I Want to Rock With You, On Our Own.
You remember those moments in the studio?
Yeah, and Don't Be Cruel. Yeah, I had great moments with Bobby Brown.
L.A. Reid has a new book that has just been released and is available now. It's called Sing to Me, My Story of Making Music, Finding the Magic, and of course, Searching for Who's Next. It's definitely a must-read. It's only 20 chapters, but I promise you that every chapter is filled with everything that you want to know. A chapter that outstood for me the most, well, there's a few, but we're going to just touch base on a couple.
Okay.
Let's talk about the solar system.
Oh, yes, chapter 4. I just knew you were going to go to chapter 5. I'm so happy you did 4. Yeah, the Solar System was Dick Griffey's Solar Records, right? And Dick Griffey is a legendary record man, and he taught me so much about the entertainment business. He's the guy that said to me, young man, this is not the singing business. If it's the singing business, then you can go to any Baptist church and you can. He said, but this is the entertainment business, and he broke it down to me. Right. He said every singer is not worthy of an investment because they can sing. Only if they can entertain. So he used to say crazy stuff to me like, at Solar Records, everybody's beautiful. You know,
and he did it.
Yeah, and it was incredible.
The deal was on that Midnight Star,
Shalimar, Jody Watley, Howard Hewitt, Jeffrey Daniels.
Crazy.
You know, The Whispers, Lakeside. You know, Climax.
Wow, I forgot.
You know,
about
it was like an incredible label. You know, it was like it was at that moment. It was a Motown.
I was going to say a second level of Motown.
Yeah,
no
and when we built LaFace, it was on that same. That same blueprint, the same template that Motown and Solar used, you know.
And I want you to share with us tonight, what do you feel is the key success to you achieving and sustaining yourself as long as you have in the music business?
First and foremost, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing because I didn't plan my career this way. Secondly, I listen. I really listen to people. I listen to kids. I listen to anybody that's around me. It's not that I do what everybody recommends, but I listen to where people are. The biggest trap for me would have been getting stuck because I'm 59 years old, and I've been in the music business through so many different trends in music, you know, that I could have easily gotten stuck. And instead, I really used all of these different trends of music as a database for me to kind of identify talent, right? I mean, I was born in 1956, so that means that I remember the Miles Davis era. I remember the Beatles at Shea Stadium. I remember the Temptations' Psychedelic Shack. I also remember Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. I remember Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. I remember everything. I remember Cool Mo D, How You Like Me Now. And I saw hip hop come about. I saw rock and roll come about. I saw disco. I saw funk. I saw jazz. I saw the blues. So I was able to just simply because of where I was born. When I was born, I've been able to experience every genre of popular music. You know, all the way to EDM. You know, I listen to EDM music now, and that's different because there's a cutoff point for most people. Most people, they know the music that they learned from the age of around 11 and 12 till around 22, 23, and that's it. That's their era, right?
That's true.
And for me, it's been, you know, since I was a kid all the way up to now, like I never stopped growing in music.
So you just were like a sponge and you absorbed all those decades of music. So of course it had to come out in a creative way, and it also gave you, I think, an opportunity to actually see what should be the next quality or the next trend setting.
Yeah, I always look for what's next, and the way I look for it is, do the parents hate it? If the parents hate it, that's probably what's next.
Not the kids.
The kids always love it, right? But the parents always hate it. You know, the parents hate it. You know, parents hate
rock and roll.
The parents hate hip hop. You know, when the parents hate it, that's like the first sign. Like, don't play that in my house. I mean, there it is. I just found what's next. You know, so that's what I look for.
Welcome to the Quiet Storm. Light a candle. Don't blow them out just yet. Settle in and settle down. My name is Lenny Green. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I do appreciate that.
How does that work?
How does what work?
That's so good. You're so good. Like, I'm in the mood. You know?
Well, in order to really get you,
I might have just blown your mood, but let me tell you, I got a mood of my own. You are good.
You're very kind, brother. You're very kind. I thank you, brother L.A.
Did you feel that? Did y'all feel that out there?
We share two initials together, L and A.
Yes.
Middle name is Antonio. First name Lenny. So
your middle name's Antonio?
Antonio.
Oh, wow.
So we share the same hairstyles, just in case, and we keep it clean though. It's high maintenance though. Will you agree?
This is so much more work than
keep it here.
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta keep it right. You gotta keep it right.
Because you can't have a shadow.
No, you can't.
That's not hot.
That's not sexy.
That's not sexy.
No, we gotta keep it clean and right, baby. L.A. Reid with us tonight. Make sure you get this book this week. All right, it's called Sing to Me, and it is available. The book covers so many different intricate aspects of your life and your journey through this wonderful world of music and your personal journey. So my question is, with this book, do you want people to really know the true L.A. Reid, or what you feel that they need to know?
You know, what I was trying to touch on is how I felt through each phase of my career and through my life. Because the results and are there. You people know the artists that I've worked with, and lots of people may even know some of the challenges that I've dealt with. Some people do,
sure.
But what I've never really dealt with is how I felt through each one of those processes or those phases of my life. So that was really the whole point of it. Was it was therapeutic for me, and I was hoping that it would be inspirational for people, for young people, or anybody for that matter, who just needs maybe just a little bit of a blueprint for overcoming and being knocked down, and how you get back up, and how you maintain a good positive attitude,
right.
And don't get mad at the world, and don't start to point fingers and blame people, but really just say, okay, I'm a champion. I got knocked down. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to win again. So that's really what this book is about for me, is just to inspire people. Because what I do these quotes on my Twitter feed, right? And what I learned from them was many people would hang on to them, and you never know when you're dropping one of those quotes how it may impact someone's life. And that's really what really sort of inspired me. And then I really owe so much of this to my wife, Erica, though, because Erica wrote a book a couple of years ago. So when she wrote a book, I was really proud of her that she did it, because I think of a book as a true intellectual property.
Yep,
and I thought it was great for my family, great for my children to see. And then her and her book publisher both said, "Well, why don't you write?" And I said, "Well, I don't really know if I want to," but in the back of my mind I was like, I absolutely want to. But I kept saying, no, I don't want to. But the truth is, I've wanted to tell these stories for many years.
Yeah, you have a lot. Over 4 decades of stories, of lessons that you've learned, and things that you've seen. It's definitely gems and gifts that you definitely are passing on to so many. And you have pictures. So if you love pictures, he has pictures in this book too that are really phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do, I have so many more photos, right? But they were like, this is enough, you're stuffing the book with photos.
I trust that this is only the first of what's more to come. You have to do at least 2 more. At least 2 more.
I'd like to. I'd like to, but again, just because I love the industry, I love entertainment, but more than anything, I really get something great out of helping people. Right, and as much as my job is, I'm an executive, I'm a corporate executive, the real beauty of it to me is watching someone walk into the door, a complete unknown, and then seeing them, fast forward a couple of years and seeing them have a life, real life, and be that winning person in their family, making their families proud. Because there's usually only, in most cases, there's one successful person out of a family.
Yeah.
There usually aren't multiples. So
except if you're a Jackson.
Right. Unless you're a Jackson.
Jackson.
Exactly. But it's usually not a lot. So I like the idea that we can help bring that reality to people, bring that success to people's families, and that's 'cause I live for a higher purpose. I live for the greater good of people.
I'm going to put a challenge on you. Out of all of the many artists, I know it's going to be hard for you to probably answer, but out of all the many artists, who would you say, if there's one artist that outstands the most, that has been most influential to you?
Oh, influential. Yeah, that would be Mariah, because she's had challenges, and she's one of the greats. And her challenges were displayed in public. People, because she was so famous, so her knockdowns were loud, and her comebacks were strong.
I wanted to touch base on, because this cat right here, you actually lit the fire in Atlanta when you did LaFace Records. I mean, that's when like Atlanta started popping. It became Hot Atlanta.
Yes.
I like to think LaFace Records was a part of that.
Hot Atlanta, I like that. We also call it the Dirty South.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah,
And I love the Dirty South. It's a wonderful thing, man. But if we have to look about music overall, and that's what this book is pertaining to, if you had to kind of forecast for just a moment, where would you hope R&B music is going to go over the next 3 to 5 years? What would be your hope?
Yes, I love that. What I'm hopeful of is, out of all of the great music that's out now and all of the inspiration that's there, that there's a hybrid of music that's sort of a culmination of all of the greatness that exists right now. I want to see young singers, young artists, young rappers just take it to another level. Like, do it better. Don't dumb it down. Take it up, notch it up. Whether it's if it's an R&B song, then think about the great R&B songs. That's how I think. I still go and I listen to your show. I listen to old R&B music that inspired me, just so that I can remember what greatness feels like.
Yeah.
And try to match that. So that's what I'm hopeful for, is that people really just swing for the fences. Just try to do great work. Write meaningful lyrics. I was listening to Smokey Robinson's "The Tracks of My Tears."
Wow.
I was just listening to the words, right? And I was like, that's real poetry.
Yeah, it really is.
And I love that. I love poetry. I love great writing. And I'm not a big fan of, I won't say it because this is such an elegant environment and so sexy in here.
I understand,
but I don't.
ratchetness.
I don't care about that.
Right.
I don't like the degradation of women. I like giving women compliments and giving women love and respect.
They deserve that.
And raising them up and making them understand that they're special, and that we think our journeys are difficult as men, but our journeys can't touch the journey of a woman.
Not at all.
Try raising a child.
Ooh, try birthing one.
Try giving birth to a child.
A life.
Right?
Yeah.
That. And so, it's easy. We work, but we just say, okay, I'm out. I'm going to go to work.
Right.
And then we come home and we say, girl, you know how hard I worked?
Right.
But the truth is,
they're working harder.
Much harder. My wife's job is so much harder than mine.
Did you hear that, Miss Erica?
Yes.
So, when's the anniversary?
Now that I don't remember. No, it's June. No, my 16th anniversary is June 10th.
Oh, shortly after your birthday.
Yeah. Well, she took my birthday.
Hey,
that's the other side.
That's the gift, though.
Right.
That's the gift. That is the gift. And on that note, for you having to have been married for so long, and for you to be on the Quiet Storm, you have to give us one of the key elements to sustaining love.
Happy,
especially when you're in a career business.
Yeah, I would say that, for me, it's been listening. Like, I listen to Erica. I listen to my wife. And good day or bad day, I take time to listen to her, and that eases the pain. That eases the toughness of the day or the toughness of the journey. And instead of seeing me as someone who is negligent, I hope that she sees me as someone that will give her a shoulder.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
We can't end on a better note than that. Sir, I hope that this will be one of many visits that you come in.
I love this.
And sit down and join us in the Quiet Storm.
Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome anytime.
Thank you.
The chairman and CEO of Epic Records and the author, of course, of Sing to Me. We're talking about L.A. Reid. Get ready for Confessions of Love is up next, baby.